Right, I'm going to give a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, January 24th. It is set by Masquerade. One across Australia tried enthusiastically removing England's openers. Harsh, 7 letters. Well, Australia can be AU, or I think AUS. I can see austere, but then TERE. How do you see? I've tried enthusiastically. I wonder if it could be an anagram of tried. And then, but removing England's openers would be, well, they say openers. That would be removing both the E and the N, I think. Maybe even the G. Well, let's try putting it in and see if the letters agree with the downs. Area of France, that's almost to Brill. That's and it has a little exclamation. I suspect this may be a very clever one that I won't get until I get it, if you know what I mean. So what is an area of France beginning with A? Or could it be the word for area in French? What is the French for area? But I'm wondering if it's a department of France. I can only think of the Auvergne, Avignon. No. Lawsuit finally disposed of for a figure. No, nothing coming to me on that. I presume the answer will be a figure, maybe a number, or it could be a human figure, but maybe a short word for a law. Suit finally could be just the T. Or it could be, it could be LAWSUI, so suit without the final letter it's disposed of. And then that would be a figure. Doesn't seem like very good letters for an anagram. Law sui. No, nothing is coming to me there. German prince regularly rattled the voters. Well, I presume we take regular letters out of rattled. RTL, no. ATE, yes, that sounds promising. The voters could be the electorate. I know there is that term from history, the electors of Saxony or somewhere. So I think that is right. So that does help to confirm austere. We shall see. Stops, blowing top, and relaxes. So maybe it's a word for stops. Oh yeah, ceases. Get rid of its first letter and you get eases. So yeah, austere is looking good. I still don't understand it. I mean, maybe it's some other word for tried enthusiastically, where you remove an EN. Something like entered, or No, not getting that. All right. Prison warden blowing his top. Oh, so we have blowing the top twice. That seems a little lax, using the same phrase twice. Nothing new in section of wing. I wonder if it could be... Oh, yeah, so I was thinking of a section of a bird's wing, or actually a section of a plane's wing. Maybe the same word is used for a bird's wing, the aileron. And so it's a jailer, again blowing the top without the first letter. And then nothing is O and U is N. Yeah, I don't like them using, like they could have, I think, changed one of these to use a different phrase. Anyway, 5 down. Grammatical parity. Yes, of course. Grammatical, maybe that is the definition. Could it be an anagram of parity? Yes, but then that would have 2 Y's in it, which seems unlikely. Not impossible, but... And then, of course, always very suspicious. Could it be something of a golf course? Parity of a golf course? Well, par. How about apostrophe? No, that's too many letters, but I wonder if it is some... Well, how about something like adjective? Parity, yes, of course. Ooh, or how about something like a simile, grammatical paragraph? No, not getting it. Alternately, before Easter. Well, this has to be Lent, and so the alternate letters within alternate spell Lent. That's clever. Right note, wrong information for physicist. So right might just simply be R, and then we have one of the notes, probably E or A. And then what would wrong information be? Error or something, but I think then maybe it's going to mean a physicist. No, so it's R is right, and then the word note is anagrammed, and information is gen. I got that just by trying to think of a physicist beginning with R, and I do vaguely remember there's a guy, Rontgen. I think did he give his name to some unit of something or other, radiation or something like that. All right, infection for the oculist, yes. Is a hidden clue. Stye, starting with the S at the end of oculus, S-T-Y-E. Foremost crossword compiler, almost. Sweet. Is it something to do with masquerade, him or herself? Crossword compiler, of course, is a setter. And it's almost... yes, so foremost is number 1, and then it is setter, but it's almost. We miss the last letter. And a noisette, I think, is a type of a sweet. Vaguely remember that. Does it have a nut in it? Yeah, let me pause and look up noisette or noisette. Well, apparently it's the French for hazelnut, so I think that's where I'm getting the nut part. I do see the most common definition is a small round piece of meat without much fat, especially lamb, but I do think it was a chocolate with a hazelnut set inside it. Anyway, now this one ending in I, Serengeti comes to mind. Tiger seen wandering, so that's an anagram indicator of tiger seen, but certainly not here. So I think Serengeti, yeah, must be right. I have to say I'm not too impressed by just the definition part, that it's all it's telling us is it's a place where you don't see a tiger. Well, there's a lot of places in the world where you don't see a tiger. I think they could have given us a little bit more there. If you don't have any of the letters, I think that would be maybe difficult to get. It's a hard one to anagram if you don't have that final I. Anyway, now our grammatical parity. Well, we do have an A and an R, but there's nothing to indicate an anagram, unless saying of course means like you change course for the letters. We'll come back to that. Husbands trapped in bar, cut off. So I presume it's H for husband put inside a four-letter word for bar. Unfortunately, bar has so many different meanings, as in prohibit, or a rod of some kind, or the meaning here, I think they're trying to make us think it's a pub, but I presume it's one of the other bars. And then the whole thing means cut off. And somewhere there's an H. I wonder if it could be SH, CH. No, I'm going to have to come back to that one. Noble women taught up letters. Oh, yes, I think this is a sort of funny double definition. Count S's. Now that gives us, Alsace would be an area of France that's almost to Brill. No, Alsace. Yeah, I don't know unless it's meant to just sound like. Well, Brill to me is slang for brilliant, fantastic. Oh, I think maybe ace. Yes. Yes, and two is also. So it's almost two, almost also, and then Brill is ace. Okay, glad I got that. So this one is beginning with S, so I do think S, H, cut off, shave. So yes, so there's another meaning of bar, as in bar none, except or save. Wow, that's tricky. I think that's right. Now our lawsuit finally disposed of for a figure, a statue, yes. So I think it's playing on statute. So yeah, the last letter of suit is removed from statute and gives us that figure. Grammatical parity. Still not getting that. Men retire and set out for Roman road 6, 6. I know they're all like the Appian Way or the Via Romana. Set out for Rome. Of course, may want us to put Roman road together in our heads, but it should be read separately. It could just be road. Men retire. Well, that sounds like men going backwards. NEM. Now I'm going to need more letters for that. Mission 1, punctual, BBC, debate. I think it's going to mean a debate. BBC, of course, can be anti or auntie if you prefer. 1 is probably going to be an I. Punctual, on time. Oh, a BBC debate. Yes, so it's a television program where politicians are asked questions by member of the public. So quest is the mission, 1 is I, punctual is on time, and so BBC is part of the definition. That gives us a nice cue here. Pale blue, Toyota model, scratching parking sign. Oh, I think maybe it's pale blue might be aqua, and then a Toyota model that has a P in it, but we scratch that, and then we get a sign of the zodiac. So take the P out of Prius, Aquarius. Whew. A river, certainly not, but it is. I think AR is a river, and then certainly not is no, and the Arno is a river in Italy, right? Adolescent, which could be teen or teenager, showing support with flipping king's daughter. So maybe it is teenager is the answer. Let's take a look at 25. Popular officer, mainly. Well, popular is often in. Officer, oh, general. In general, mainly. So teenager does seem to be right. Let's see if we can work it out. Support. With flipping king's daughter. Yes, a T is the support, and Regan from King Lear, one of his daughters, is reversed. All right, it affects sheep. As price is variable. So is there going to be some sheep disease? And it's an anagram of either as price or is price. I presume as price. So let's use the anagram helper. Nothing is coming to... Oh, dang it. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Shuffle, there we go. Oh, I think there is something called scrapey, which is a terrible word. I mean, it just sounds awful, doesn't it? Like scabies. But I do think I've heard of that as a disease of sheep. It reminds me of growing up in Ireland, and on the radio in the morning you'd hear ads for various treatments for cattle disease. Not what you want to hear while you're eating your Weetabix. All right, press hack in loco. Could be a press as in a type of a cupboard, and it's hack can be either like a carriage or a cab, or it could be a journalist. In loco, maybe in a word for crazy. Now I think I'm going to need some more letters for that. Cut up Skittles. So it's cut is snip, and then Skittles are pins, bowling pins, and they are put upwards. Well, no, it doesn't help there, of course. How about, that's our Roman road. Let's see. Ooh, T. Greg's men ordered spice. Well, that has to be an anagram. I mean, that just looks so weird. T. Greg's men. And it's going to be a spice. I do see we have ginger, which is all the letters of Greg plus the N. That leaves over TSME. Oh, and ends in M. Stem, is there something called stem? Ginger? I don't think I've heard of it, but it sounds about right. Yeah, so that gives us some good letters, especially this one. Lowdown on the team's spirits. Lowdown again could be Jen, which we had before. The team could be 11. Or a side. And then spirits. Genies. Oh yeah, I think it's the plural of genii. Genii. Well, certainly that's the plural of what's the the genus, right? But then I think the 1-1 is 11, meaning a football side. I think a cricket side is an 11 as well. Is that right? Not 100% sure. Let's see. Parts of a fugue, one finally started by Stravinsky and completed by Tippett. Parts of a fugue. Started by Stravinsky could just be the S, and completed by Tippett the T. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Fish, shoulders, oddly, so the odd letters of shoulders, S-O-L-E, S-O-L-E-S, souls, which are fish. Parts of a fugue. One finally started by Stravinsky. Yeah, I think it's going to be some musical term. Not sure yet. A smallholder in the fruit trade. I wonder if a smallholder might just be that there is an S inside of a word for fruit. Trade. No, not getting that. Sign, for example, mounted on car. I wonder if EG is going to come into it. Could it be an anagram of sign EG? And that is mounted. Is that mounted an anagram indicator? And it gives something that's on a car? Or is it, for example, is mounted on a car and it gives a sign, maybe another sign of the zodiac to go with Aquarius? No, not getting that. Not that tiny now, 4-6. Wow, that doesn't seem to have enough words in it. Not that could be a definition, as in something else. Not that. No. Let's see. This looks like it could be something street, Roman road, but men retire and set. Set out might be an anagram of set. What's something Roman road? Is there some famous road in Rome? But why would we see street? Wouldn't it be Via or Strada? All right, so let's look at our grammatical parity now. I'm going to pause, sip my cold coffee, and think about that. Yes, so in grammar, when cases or whatever agree with each other, agreement, and saying yes, of course, is agreement. All right, doesn't really help the men retire and set out. But I do like something street. Men. Some word for men. Going backwards. No, not getting it. Now our press hack in loco. Let me think of some words for loco that could go around hack. Hack, of course, could be cut or chop. All right, well, I didn't get whatever one I was looking at, but I came down and looked again at this, and I thought, oh, what are the signs of the zodiac? Gemini. So it is EG, but it is mounted, or I suppose, or reversed. And then the car is a mini, so we have Gemini. Oh, so we have another word ending in an I. Of course, not too surprising with the musical term. Parts of a fugue. Not exactly sure what that would be. One finally. So one finally, I think, is that I. Started by Stravinsky and completed by Tippett. Started by Stravinsky. So what would come between the S of Stravinsky, and I presume this is going to be a T for Tippett, or well, maybe it's just the ST. But there is some word, not scritty polity, although scritty would fit. Completed by Tippett. Yeah, there is some musical term. I think I'm going to have to look that up and see what is parts of a fugue. Yes, there is a word, stretty. So let's see. I think one finally is the I at the end, started by Stravinsky and completed, maybe it's just saying STR from Stravinsky and the ETT, yeah, that must be it, from Tippett. Yeah, nothing really to say how many letters, or anyway, we got it. Now, a smallholder in the fruit trade. Again, I'm thinking it's going to be trade with something put inside a fruit. What's a short fruit ending in T? Could it be something like peanut? Not that peanut isn't a fruit, is it? No, I'm not getting that one. I think in the interest of time, I'm going to give up on some of these. So let's give up. Let's reveal the smallholder in the fruit trade. A punnet. So it's just a cryptic definition, something that holds a small amount of fruit. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. Is there anything I'm missing here? Now, not that tiny. Now, I think it's going to be something minute, as in something minute. Now, oh, this minute. Not that tiny, but this minute. And then now is this minute. Okay, that's good. Now the press hack in loco. I'm thinking it's something horse. Is it something like a clothes horse? Well, that's something you hang clothes on, but is there some other one that's actually a press? And then what's the loco? Oh, look, could loco be a locomotive, a train? Oh, could it be iron horse? Yeah, so loco as a abbreviation for locomotive. Press is iron. A hack, I suppose, can be an old horse. All right, what does that do for our Roman road? What comes between the R and the I? An A. O, U. Of course, could begin with a vowel and then be something street. Man retire, set out. No, I'm going to have to give up on that one. Ermine Street. I'm going to pause and look up that and see what that means. Yeah, apparently it is a major Roman road in England that ran from London to Lincoln and York. It is also known as the Old North Road from London to where it joins the A1. Never heard of it, so then it's an anagram of men, retire, set. So just not one I knew about. Oh, all right, so I'm finished. There were just a few there at the end I had to give up on. Let's check all. Yeah, everything seems to still be there. All right, well, it was tricky, but I don't think it was any trickier than Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.